The Adam Carolla Show. Your source for the news that matters. Or random stories that piss Adam off.
Hey guys. Okay, so here's a really interesting story. This pastor, Michael Todd from Tulsa, rubbed spit on the face of a churchgoer just to make a point in a sermon. Now, I just want to say before I go on that this is one of the reasons I don't go to church. The other one being I'm Jewish. So, but yes, I'm not against bodily fluid on a face. I actually went to college, so I remember that very well. But we do have a video of it. But yeah, this guy, Michael Todd, wanted to make a point, which was receiving vision from God might get nasty.
One of my memories of youth is my mom like licking her finger and wiping some egg on the side of my face.
This goes a little bit beyond that.
At a certain point, it smells like their breath when it dries,
does.
which that's the part that kind of got me stuck in my craw. All right, so what do you do?
So basically, we're going to watch the video or?
Yeah, we'll play right now.
Yep.
Changing something and you don't see it clearly yet, but you hear.
Ew.
And this is where most people would not face Jesus anymore.
Yeah.
What most people would do is turn away.
Oh, the other cheek. Yeah. It's got a guy up there. Turn the other way. Oh.
Go to a doctor. What are you doing? Oh, that was a big one, too. Did you see the size of that?
If we forced Fauci to watch this,
what
he
I'm
would
telling
throw
you-
up in his own mouth, right?
What I'm telling you is just as he's physically standing here, knowing what's coming.
We get the idea.
Yeah.
God's saying, can you physically and spiritually and emotionally be able to stand? When getting the vision or receiving it might get nasty. I'm going to say it in a point just like that. Receiving vision from God might get nasty.
This foreplay's killing me.
God, I just bought, in crazy faith, I just bought my dream car. And now you're going to ask me to sell it back and ride in the hoopty again? Yeah, because the vision I'm about to give you,
That doesn't make sense. Doesn't make any sense.
it might get nasty.
That makes no sense.
He just smeared his spit on his face. It's taking a turn for the homoerotic.
Yeah, I mean.
All right.
Well,
all
here
right.
you go. Actually, fun fact, though, let's just point this out. That's actually his brother. That's his younger brother. So, you know, they've definitely, you know what I mean? They've had spit on each other's face. In fact, what you don't know, the follow-up story is that when they went home, his brother farted in his mouth. Just as revenge. Because boys will be boys.
Ill-fitting jacket, very tight pants.
Very tight pants.
Yeah, very
Got
large
that-
jacket,
it was
very tight pants.
Very 80s. It
Interesting
looked
style
very
choice.
80s,
Yeah.
yes. I don't know. That whole car now, like, what was that? Didn't really make sense. It's
Felt
kind of like,
specious.
I don't, you know, so spit.
Let me tell you about my preachers. I've not attended a lot of services, but I feel the same way about church as I feel about cranberries mixed into my oatmeal cookies.
No.
Just fucking make an oatmeal cookie. I just want to hear some scripture.
Word of the Lord.
Tell me what page to turn to. Let us pray.
I don't need it interpreted.
I don't
me the word of the
I don't
Lord.
need the new hip, cool, edgy, different.
Spit. No, if you were, especially in like COVID times, what was he even thinking? And by the way, how much phlegm did he need? Did you notice twice he had to build it up?
He went twice, second round.
I mean, like he doesn't. I could just call it on. I can do it right now if I needed to.
And then 10 minutes later, he's handing out the Eucharist. You know what I mean? Like you're taking that from his
No
spit
one's
hand.
touching him again. No one's
I'll
ever
be like,
touching
listen,
him.
you throw the Eucharist like you're dealing cards. You know what I mean?
get-
Just boom, boom,
And
boom.
then
Get
do
rid of
the hand
that.
thing.
Right, do the hand thing.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
All
Can we
right.
all agree that we shouldn't trust a preacher with a microphone?
Yes.
Oh,
Can that be just a rule?
okay,
Listen,
I can. Yeah.
Don't trust anyone. Look, if you handheld microphone, I will trust
Sure,
him. Do
sure,
not
sure.
trust the one that puts the thing on.
No.
The lapel?
Those are the guys. If you go to
Oh, you mean the Madonna style?
the Madonna
Yes.
style,
Okay.
Yeah.
hooks over the ear. Never
Don't
trust
it
those
either.
people.
Don't trust it. It's too thin. I
They
don't like
will.
it.
I want to see some mic handling.
I need to see it. I need to see your grip so I know what we're dealing with.
You ever go to the LA Auto Show? You stay up on the first and second floor, you see the Porsches and Ferraris. Go down to the basement, see the guy selling the ShamWow. That guy's got
He's got it.
He's got the mic on there.
Oh, yeah.
There's one guy standing in front of him.
Yes, the one guy.
Speakers are 10 feet to the right. There's no other human beings. And he's talking to the one guy through that.
Then he goes,
I don't trust that guy.
Goes home and drinks himself into oblivion.
Yeah.
It's just terrible.
I don't need it. I wonder, the whole keto thing is sweeping the nation.
Yeah.
Some people.
Did you do it?
I get into I dabble, I go in and out, but some people get real hardcore. Like I know
Standing next to one.
hardcore.
Are you
Brian's
keto?
hardcore.
I've been keto for like 3 or 4
But what
years.
about the body
Did you
of
get
Christ?
keto sick? You got keto sick, though, right?
Yeah, the initial week.
initial,
yeah. That's interesting.
The Eucharist. Would you take
I've
it?
got to imagine that's a gram of carbs at best.
So you
we're
eat
talking
0
hardcore,
carbs.
though.
Well, I haven't been to church in those 4 years, so I wouldn't know. But given that choice, I don't want to go to hell, but then again, I don't want to get fat.
Yeah, no, because in hell you'd be
I
fat.
had to say no to the Eucharist.
Do you think it'd be acceptable to substitute it with jerky?
They don't have a carb-free one?
The body of Christ.
Well, it wouldn't have to
It is
be
the actual, but
teriyaki.
it's the
Cheese
actual-
crisp.
It's if you see it in the store in the gas station, the body of Christ jerky. It's
That's good.
Christ jerky.
Well, just a keto-friendly
Yeah.
Eucharist. That's
Got
all.
it. All right.
Well, it's made from cauliflower.
Yeah, do a
stuff.
cauliflower Eucharist.
Cauliflower Christ.
Cauliflower Christ.
Delicious.
Somebody get on that.
Somebody
You're
jump on
leaving-
that quick.
Leaving money on the table.
All right, let's jump right into Anne Frank.
And the
actually,
pastor.
before we do that,
Oh, yeah.
the pastor, breaking as we record this, he just posted
he
a
did?
reaction to it, a little
Oh,
update.
all right, let's do it.
Go watch it. Watch what he says.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I hope you're having an amazing Monday. I just want to acknowledge what happened yesterday when the spit hit the fan. I watched it back, and it was disgusting. Like, that was gross. I want to validate everybody's feelings. That was a distraction to what I was really trying to do. I was really trying to make the word come alive and for people to see the story. But yesterday it got too live, and I own that. And I just want to make sure people know that we want to help people. We want people
All
to
right,
see
we
Jesus.
get it. First off, did he need to look back at the replay?
No, I mean,
I think he knows that-
he didn't know that it was disgusting while that giant, like, loogie,
pretty
that's what
gross.
he's called, right, just fell right into his hand, just like,
The grossest part was when he rubbed it on his brother's face and there was a little line coming down.
well, his brother pulled it
Yeah, I
out.
know,
Did you
they
see
removed
that? He
it.
pulled- they
Maybe that's
removed
his
it.
move. Like when he speaks in tongues, he licks people. Like, I'm so saliva based.
Oh, God. Well, he has, I mean, he's a good looking guy, but he's a lot of teeth. I feel like his mouth produces a lot of saliva.
He may.
And his brother was
And
probably
he's
like,
animated.
Yeah, he's very animated. More people that are more animated have a lot of spit.
There's definitely more spittle coming from people that are yelling versus
Yes,
those
sometimes
that
it
are.
hangs off their mouth.
No one ever went and spoke to a librarian and got hit with spittle.
No,
Never.
you're right.
You talk to a football
Well,
coach
Coach,
on
you're
a sideline, and he'll
covered.
be
You're getting it.
dusted in
so
spittle.
true.
It's animated people who create. You know, Fauci should really go after. Leave the librarians alone. Go after the Baptist ministers.
Seriously.
They're the spittle people.
They really are.
At some point, the spittle people work themselves into such a lather that they start sweating profusely, and then you don't know if you're being hit with spittle or just sweat that's being kicked. You know, riding, just hitched a ride with some spittle.
I think that's another show that you've got there. Another great show I did, the Spittle People.
The spittle people.
Spittler.
Oh, the Spittler.
Yeah.
He's also just someone who roams and just
right.
spits on people. He's
Shows up at football games.
He's had this one
Yells at linemen.
incident where he blinded someone with his spit
Yes.
and he can't shake it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
The
it'll be a
spittler.
companion piece of the
Oh,
spider.
yeah. Like, you know, how
We'll
they
spin
like,
it off.
Right. It'll be a spit off.
Yeah, like Barney Miller did with fish
Love
or
it.
something.
Great. All right.
Or the
That was it.
Archie Bunker did with
yes,
the Jeffersons.
With the Jeffersons,
Yes.
yes. Let's talk about some Anne Frank. A little uplifting stuff. We all know Anne Frank and her diary. Apparently, we all need to know who betrayed the Frank family. And this retired FBI agent, Vince Panoke, put together a team back in 2016 of expert investigators, and they used the most modern crime-solving techniques to try to crack the case. They spent hours looking for the clues in a concealed room behind the Amsterdam warehouse where the Frank family and 4 other Jews lived hidden away for more than 2 years. Side note, they should really be looking for the identities of these 4 other Jews. That's the problem I have with that whole everything.
Right.
It's all about Anne.
It's all about Anne and the Frank family. And then who are these 4 other Jews? I mean, they
You're
just
right.
keep saying the 4 other Jews. Who are these people?
It's like after the Kobe helicopter accident. There was
Exactly.
like 9
No one
other
else is
souls
gonna-
on that
no,
plane.
Yeah, exactly. These 4 other Jews are like, hello, I had a diary too. I mean, like, nobody cares, right?
Yeah, I watched the story.
You did watch it, right?
I watched it. First things first, some sort of person who worked there at the factory or the whatever just grabbed the diary. Thankfully, otherwise we would never had it because the Germans just would seize everything, including the diary. But somebody thought enough to grab it. Anne Frank's, crazily enough, so it was like Anne Frank, the dad, the mom,
Sister,
and their sister. They all went off, and everyone went off to camps and was all killed. The only one that survived was the dad.
No shit.
Yes.
I didn't see the story.
Yeah, the oldest of the Franks
Yeah,
alive.
which is so strange.
He was published a diary.
Yep.
Do you think my dad or mom would publish my diary?
I just was going to say, as a teenage girl, if my dad read my diary, do you know how fucking pissed I'd be?
Oh my God.
Did you read my
Published it.
diary and published it? You didn't just read it, you published
It
it?
was the last remaining survivors.
Exactly.
How dare you?
Seriously, Dad. Like, think about, would you ever take your daughter's diary and read it?
Right, but she wasn't being fingered at camp. You know what I mean? She had different thoughts, more
You're right.
worldly thoughts.
You're
You know what I
right.
mean?
I mean,
Your
you're right.
stuff would be more intimate. You know what I mean?
Chad said hi to me today.
We had a crush.
Chad did say hi to me.
See?
Right. That'd be a whole chapter.
No, it was
on
Anne
Chad.
Frank.
Oh, I had a
So,
Chad.
The dad survives.
Right, yes.
Everyone else is killed. At the end of the war. I mean, it was
That's
really
fucking
wrapping up because she was there from 13 to 15. And the war was... D-Day had happened. They'd invaded.
What a
The
waste.
troops were moving in. So they were destroyed. The dad lived. The dad got basically an anonymous letter a little bit later, a few years later, going, "Here's who ratted you guys out," and he sort of went, "Yeah, that's who that
Right.
person is," but he never shared it with the world.
Dignity.
Well, the person that ran him out was a Jew, and he
Interesting.
didn't want to stoke any fires
Right.
of sort of Jew. You know, he always
that-
thought of it as just some guy looked like Dolph Lundgren or something. But
Just walking around there.
but
Was
the-
that in exchange for freedom or amnesty or something, at least?
it's a super evil Jew.
Fuck.
One of those bad
Self-loathing.
Jews.
Hoping
One
that
of the
was not
bad
the
ones.
It's like picture all the Hollywood guys.
Yeah.
The guys
Bags
who had
of money,
meetings
the
with-
dollar sign on it.
No, the Germans would roll into town. They would start some sort of Jewish auxiliary board or something where they'd get the predominant. It's all.
Yeah.
It's kind of laid out if you watch the movie Red Dawn,
Okay.
Wait, which one?
the first one.
Oh, the best one.
They go into town, and at some
Yep.
point, they get the mayor and the elders, and they get them together, and they're like, "Hey, you want to play ball? Where are these guys hiding?
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And we can make things easy on you,
Yes.
and you can enjoy your life." So it makes total sense. You go, well, some anti-Semite must have ratted
Right.
them out, but the anti-Semite wouldn't have known where they were hiding.
Mm-hmm.
It was the guy who was on the Jewish elders committee
team.
or whatever
Yeah.
who knew where all the Jews were hiding. And then at the end, the Germans were like, all right, we're going to break up the meeting of the Jewish elders and we're just going to put you on the train to
Yes,
Auschwitz too.
of course.
And then those guys were like, oh, hey, I got some information. So
Yes.
I don't have to put. So if we really think about it, if it wasn't Anne Frank and her family
Right.
on the train to Auschwitz, it would have been this guy
And his family.
on the train to Auschwitz. And in which case, nobody who has kids would ever make a decision other than the one he made.
No,
I
of
mean, it took
course,
a
and
very-
I think so many. It's so funny. I did a paper on in college about the propaganda during the Holocaust. You know, I lost relatives. You know, from there, not obviously ones that I knew, but I mean, all of that stuff. I mean, we have no idea what they were going through, what they were told. You know what I mean? You have no idea what you do in that position. Give up a family to save your family. I mean, you'd like to be like, I would never do that, but who knows? I mean, I think the whole thing is that they're like, still searching through all, they put together this amazing team to like find out the answer, to find out the motives. That when I was hearing that, they're like, we want to know that the motives they were Jews. Like there was like, that was the motive. Like everybody wanted to find them for that reason. And I thought it was very interesting as a Jew, who also owned a diary. You know what I mean? Then I'm getting no one wants to read my diary.
I marveled, as I always do, when everyone thinks I'm sort of nuts or crass or something, but when they're talking about the trains and the loading them all up, and it's like the Germans kept meticulous paperwork on all the Jews and everything going to town, and they get everyone's name and date of birth, and it's like, and try to fight a war on a number of fronts, like. How about you give the rounding up the Jews a break until you win the war?
Yes, exactly.
War is all about allocated resources. It's about how many people, how many guns, how many tanks, how much energy are we going to put into building bunker, pillbox, machine guns on Normandy versus building torture camps for spindly 13-year-old kids.
Yes,
Like it's insane that they had launched that kind of effort in the middle of, Germany's not that big. All of Europe was basically against them, not to mention Russia, not to mention the U.S. I would have been a horrible Nazi general. My hand would have never stopped going up. And we would have had these meetings like, we have to get more cattle carts so that we can bring them. We got to build ovens. I'd be like, or we could build more Stuka dive bombers and win the fucking war.
Shut up, Fritz.
And then when the war's done, then we'll go back to the final solution. But first, let's just win the war.
Thank God they did.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well. Let's move on to something slightly lighter. Farrah Abraham. Do you guys remember her from Teen Mom? Or are you trying to forget?
Yeah.
No, that is.
Yeah, no. She's
yeah.
one of the original Teen Moms.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's still a mom, but not a teen.
She started doing porn.
Happens.
Yes, that's right. Well, she was on Saturday. She was arrested for assault. And now as a mom myself, I get it, Farrah. Okay. I assaulted 4 people getting here today. But apparently she allegedly slapped a guard at a club. We definitely have video of that because everyone was filming that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at that.
So she was being removed from a club.
She was being removed from a club. She was
like
belligerent, apparently.
Beverly Hills Hotel?
You want to fucking bullshit me, and if you want to act like I'm not a real adult, go fuck yourself, and go fuck yourself, and go fuck yourself. That's you, not anybody else. Nobody's talking to anybody else. You understand me? I do. It's because of you. You're welcome. It's pathetic. Where am I battling?
Is that a cop that's trying
That's
to...
a cop.
Oh, okay.
Is this? I think there's another clip too. Actually,
I like it.
This is a different.
I'll fill in the clip. When dumb drunken chicks get drunk and then they spout off, you can stop it. I love it when they get one word stuck in their head.
Oh,
they
yeah,
go,
and they repeat it.
This is pathetic. You're pathetic.
Yep. And
that pigeon's
this
pathetic.
is pathetic. Today
This
it's
whole
pathetic.
thing is
That shirt is pathetic.
they don't have enough room for 2 or 3 words.
That's just pathetic or fucking. Well, there's another video of her that I think that was her first. By the way, this is her second time. I should say this is her second time that she's been arrested for doing something like this.
She's pathetic.
She's pathetic.
This whole news sector
loves
is
it. She's
pathetic.
pathetic. Why are you saying that? I'm pathetic. I'm so tired of it.
She just has mental issues, and then
so many issues, but we still follow her. No PR is bad PR, in my opinion. I'm gonna get drunk tonight.
you know it's
and
interesting.
Slap a guard.
I agree.
I'm gonna get drunk tonight and slap a guard, and I'm going to repeat a word. What word should it be?
Oh, apathetic.
Oh my God, you're not even apathetic. I am like, you think you're apathetic, but that's not even being apathetic.
It's not a word you can work
hard
with.
drunk
It just
word,
sounded
yeah.
close.
I feel apathetic because you gave me that
It's
word.
close.
Like
Pathetic
bullshit's
as
the
you could
best
get.
drunk word.
Bullshit's a good word.
Yeah,
yeah.
bullshit.
Bullshit. I don't fucking bullshit. Bullshit. Fucking bullshit.
Now you're talking.
Oh, that's the one.
In your
where you're
stand-up
holding her down.
comedy routine, you were talking about.
That's the one.
They tackled
this is the one
her.
on Saturday.
All right,
yeah,
we'll
they
watch it.
tackled her, and losing.
You're
Face down,
talking
dirt.
about like
Repeating
men
the
and
word.
women
Yeah.
and whatever. I'll tell you the thing about men. No man wants to save her.
This one?
Yeah, we wouldn't.
That's
a lot
not-
of guys would want to bang her, but
Oh,
not
okay,
save her. If there's equivalent with this with women, the women might want to save the guy.
Right. You're right.
Who's the cat burglar?
She's,
He's just the club guard, the club bouncer, the club door guy.
yeah,
She is, by the way, because there's even another clip. There's another clip on the other side. By the way, there's so many people filming. Everybody's filming. She does repeat something. Oh, that it's not. I think she kept repeating, "It's not legal. This is not legal." She did that. None of this. It's not
she's
legal.
literally just rolling around.
She's rolling
on
around in the dirt. But guess what? When she gets up, her hair's on point. I'm not lying.
Really?
It looks so good.
What has happened to humanity?
I don't know, but look at that. I mean, how many people must have posted about that? Anyway, I mean, she's living her best life. You're so not apathetic.
I would argue all the people who stand around filming it instead
Yes,
of going
I
into
am
the
actually
club.
too. Exactly. And if you see the other angle from that, it's no one. Everyone just has their phone like holding it in front of them. That's all they're doing, and they're having a conversation. They're waiting to get in. They're literally just taping it. No one cares. No one gives a shit.
I will say this. Thank God for the smokers, because
Oh yeah. Well,
the smokers go in the club, they get drunk, they hang out, whatever. And then at some point, they
Gotta
get their
come back,
buzz
yeah.
on and they go out to the sidewalk to blow butt. And then Farrah Abraham gets into it and
Gets
they're
ready to
there
go there.
with
She's
the
got
camera.
it.
They're everyone else, the non-smokers, are in the club drinking.
right. I can't
and
believe
getting
people
the swerve
weren't
on.
people weren't filming the smokers because you're shamed when you smoke.
Yes.
By the way. So I mean, that's pathetic. Anyway.
Pathetic. Maybe pathetic will be your word.
But yeah, maybe
Pathetic.
Speaking of pathetic, this last story that I read, I could believe it and I couldn't believe it. A woman who binged 32 sushi rolls at an all-you-can-eat buffet was rushed to the hospital. She just was sick. She got some sort of food poisoning, and of course, she filmed herself in the hospital.
32 pieces would be impressive. 32 rolls.
I'm sorry, no, it's 32 rolls. Yeah, 32 rolls.
Shit.
Yes. Here's the thing, though.
The
I'm
rolls
sorry.
belong.
And this was a $50 all-you-can-eat sushi place. Okay,
got a money's worth.
yes, if you go to a $50 all-you-can-eat sushi place, you deserve to get sick. That's all I'm saying.
I'm going to be insensitive here, but I'm thinking about her husband.
She's not married.
Oh, okay. Well, her
No, I don't know that.
suitor, her man. You know when you eat too much, like curry or something, it start to kind of smell like it?
Well, she is a giant bitch.
I just wonder if
Send
he
us wasabi.
becomes intimate with her at some point.
He has no idea what's what.
Just wonder which end
It
the
all
smell
smells
is.
the same.
Uh-huh.
He goes down there, clears his sinuses.
Yes, you go right. He goes right up. He's got the
With a little
wasabi a little bit.
Put the wasabi in her belly button. Yeah. I do understand that concept of whenever they do the all you can eat and they give the price, then your job as a consumer is to eat
Right.
more
At
than you
least that's
paid
fine.
for.
Having said that, and I'm someone who actually loves a good buffet, but not a sushi buffet.
Yeah.
It just sounds unfresh.
They're making money off
It's
you.
not fresh fish. It's like sort of like what everybody else passed. It's definitely like the end of its like fin.
And
You know what I mean?
And you're right.
Tail rolls.
Yes.
Yeah, imitation crab and
Yes.
stuff. But I think people, I agree. It's the same stuff with the stuff you get at the supermarket,
Yes.
prepackaged. Because I'll tell you this, you are eliminating half of the sushi experience by not ordering sushi.
Yes.
It's a lot of like
Yes.
looking, arguing over what you're going to get, having a discussion about what sashimi
I'm
is,
not eating unagi.
how that works. Right. Dialing it in, like none of the
Right.
sauce.
Why does the shrimp
don't-
still have a head on it? Yeah.
Right. And
Chris is like, "What's the
discussing.
problem?"
Yeah. The foreplay of sushi is did you order enough? Should we get more? A little range anxiety. Like, did we get enough? Well, we can always order another roll.
Right.
You know, that kind of stuff. The allocating it sort of incrementally, like, Give us the spicy tuna
Right.
and the dynamite roll, and just bring that out now, and then
right.
we'll
get
scheme
2
about.
pieces
Yeah, it's a whole.
of the sashimi hand rolled, and then
It's an emotional odyssey you
Yes.
go on, but it's lovely. It's
Yes,
beautiful.
That's beautiful. When you go to an all-you-can-eat buffet sushi, that sushi how long has that been sitting out there?
Even if the sushi is grade A, you're still depriving yourself of the experience
Right.
of the ordering.
You're right.
Sometimes a little discussion
Right.
about what's popular, what do you like, a little
So
negotiation.
she deserved to get sick.
She
That's
did.
what I'm saying, and yeah, and that's pathetic.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the news. And I'm Jodi Miller.
Get in the hot tub and blow me!
That was the news on the Adam Carolla Show.
It is the greatest audible.
It's the greatest thing. I
It's the
forgot
greatest
it.
words that have ever been
I
captured.
forgot about it, Adam. So thank you for reminding me.
Let's not forget about the breathing that filled in the space between the words.
I think I have to download it and just keep it.
I'm saying if Abe Lincoln was mic'd up when he gave his 4-score speech, this would still trump that audibly.
You're right.
In the annals of captured audio.
If Abe Lincoln actually did that, if he said, "Get in the hot tub and blow me," though,
Mm-hmm.
in the middle of his speech, though.
Oh.
The historians may have been kind to him.
4 whores and 3 hot tubs ago. All right. Yes, that was Gettysburg, right? All right.
Close enough.
Close
It
enough.
was, yeah.
You can go to AdamCarolla.com. I'm going to be at the Brea Improv coming up February 6th with Bill Shatner up on stage and Dennis Quaid as well. Then we're going to Spokane and Tacoma. And wow, lots of live shows. Just go to AdamCarolla.com for all the live shows. Jodi Miller, the world's funniest weather TV show. You can check out her local TV listings, podcast, White Knuckling Parenthood. It's available wherever you listen to podcasts. Jodi Miller Comedy.com is where you go to find out all the mirth that she's making. Monica Aldama, you can get her book, Full Out. And until next time, it's Adam Carolla, Brian Bishop, Monica Aldama, and Jodi Miller saying mahalo. He was funny because they didn't care. They made him the buffoon. And somebody, like one of the head executives went, Archie... he said a lot of gruff things to like Meathead, insults and things like that. But if Meathead was in the hospital, you knew Archie would be the first one by his bed. And I was like, I absolutely did not think that for 10 fucking seconds.